I was like, fingers crossed, super positive about it. You could get 5 lakh, you could get 7.5 lakh, or you could get the full 10 lakh. I was really overwhelmed and I had so much gratitude for this moment. This is a complete scholarship. It's free. You do not have to return it. So a total of 18 lakh with the 10 lakh, 50,000 and then 7.5 lakh. Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video on the channel and I'm super excited because we're going to talk about how I won the 18 lakh JN Tata Scholarship. So I won this scholarship in 2018. It's been 3 years since I won it. Here's how I won it, all the steps that I did, and how you can also apply for the scholarship and hopefully win it as well. Alright, so first things first, what are they looking for? Now, the JN Tata Scholarship is for the higher education of Indians abroad, and they're usually looking for somebody who has a well-rounded personality, somebody that has excelled in extracurriculars, academics, and has really done the most that they could in school and in college. Now, here's what I would suggest. If you're somebody that only focuses on academics and you still have a little bit of time to apply, I would suggest doing the things you enjoy as extracurriculars. Not just doing them because, hey, I need to build my extracurricular list, but actually picking out things that you enjoy, hobbies that you have, and just kind of, getting deeper into them. So that's my first tip. But now let's see what the application process is like and how you have to actually go through this entire thing. Now, the deadline is usually at the end of March. So let's say you're going to go in September for your graduate studies, then you want to apply before the end of March in the same year. And when you're applying, it's a huge application form. There's a lot of questions that they ask you about your education, extracurriculars, what your passions are, what you hope to do. So it took me a long time to fill that form, really. And I remember when I was filling it, I would actually take breaks in between because I was like, I had to find so many of my older certificates. I had to kind of file all the things in. So that took a little bit of time. But I'll tell you what my journey was like through school and college and why I kind of fit the bill for what they were looking for. So they're also looking for someone that has usually a very consistent academic record. And luckily, I think, thanks to my parents and family, I had really made sure that I was either in the A or A plus range throughout school and college. And that's something I really put a lot of hard work into. So I would suggest that, yes, sometimes, our marks drop down, we don't do as well in college, but keep trying and keep taking the graph upwards, because if you improve and do better, that's also something that they're looking for to see that you're somebody that corrects their mistakes. So that's number one, your academics and what your scoring is like. Number two, they're also looking at, like I said, an all-round personality. So they want to really see that you have done sports, you have done, cultural activities, you have done a project or projects that you're passionate about. And you have a very well-developed personality because you've engaged yourself in so many different things. So definitely try to do the most that you can. For me, my extracurriculars were a lot of different sports. I used to play badminton, basketball, a little bit of football while I was in school, as well as throwball. And these were some of my favorite sports, so I was really passionate about them and I could talk about them. And at the same time, when I was in school, I did a lot of theater, dramatics, elocution, I was debate captain. And so I really made sure that both the cultural and the sports was getting balanced out. I have to say it was very challenging when I was in school and I was constantly, from one class to the other. I had so many different things going on at the same time. But in hindsight, that really helped my application. And it showed them that, when I take on something, I do it seriously and I try the best that I can do at it. So for you as well, try to show them, demonstrate that you have a good record, that you're somebody that takes initiative and enjoys a whole lot of different things. Apart from that, they were also going to check what your passion is. Why do you want to study abroad? What is it that you want to do with that specific degree that is going to, in a way, change the world, or, do something beautiful with it? So for me, I really spoke about how I wanted to practice yoga and I wanted to build a digital yoga company, which now exists, by the way, Yogic Gurukul. Link is in the description if you want to check out some of our work. But I really wanted to build this organization, and I knew that I needed media skills. I needed to expand my performing arts sort of experience, and I wanted to study abroad and get that experience in. So I spoke about that, and I said that this is why I want to do this degree, and I want to level up and improve my skills and have that experience abroad so I can come back and apply it in India. So that is kind of how my application was structured. Now, once you've got that basic written application all done and you've submitted it at the end of March, what happens next is the first shortlist. So here they're going to now start shortlisting people that they think make the cut and that they would like to talk to further. And then in April, you're required to take an academic examination. And this academic exam comes to your computer. It's a software that they actually send you the exam, and you're supposed to answer all the questions online. It's really difficult to cheat or do any of that in this test because it's timed and you really need to be swift with your responses. So I would suggest, don't go for any of that. Honestly, do your test. If you've studied for the GRE or the SAT or the GMAT, it's not going to be that different. It's not that difficult. So I would say give it your 100% when you get that academic test. It's pretty straightforward, a lot of English-based question and answers, along with some simple mathematics, and they're just trying to gauge your understanding of English and math. So that's the second step, this academic examination. And then once you finish that, if your score is good and they think that, okay, this person is academically qualified, they're doing well, then they will shortlist you even further. But mind you, now it takes a little bit of time. So after I gave my test in April, I came to know whether I got shortlisted or not, I think sometime in June of the same year or end of May, something like that. And once I knew that I had been shortlisted, they told me that I would be getting a date and an interview, and I have to be really specific about my degree because now in the interview, you actually have the director of the endowment fund along with an expert in the field and the degree that you've chosen, and both those people are going to interview you. So they're really looking for somebody serious, somebody that wants to do this degree for a very strong reason, and that's, the most important thing. Now, you get the date, you get the scheduling, and they're talking about now how you're actually going to do this interview. When I gave it, it was pre-COVID. This is 2018, so I actually went in person. The J&T Tata office is in Mumbai in the Fort area, and so I actually went personally for the interview. It was one of the best interviews I've ever had. It was almost a 1.5 hour conversation, and I felt like I was just telling them what I wanted to do with my life. They were very understanding. Definitely some of the questions were tough and challenging. They also asked me that why can't you just do it in India? Why can't you get experience on the job? And I had to specifically tell them, what is it in this degree? What are the modules I want to choose? How is that directly going to impact my career? And why do I want to do this? So I had to do a lot of research about my degree, about my career aims and what I want to do. So that was really, really important. And at the end of it, I think it was such a beautiful conversation. I just said a big thank you. I had so much gratitude. And when I left the room after the interview, I felt like, even whether I get the scholarship or not, that was such an amazing conversation, and I learned so much from them that I'm going to always remember this discussion because they were guiding me. They had so many suggestions. So it was like a mixture of grilling and guiding. Like they were grilling me as well, but they were also making sure that they gave me some support, and they were really, really nice about it. So that was my interview. I was like, fingers crossed, super positive about it. And then we just had to wait. Okay, then you just have to wait for them to decide whether you will be awarded a scholarship or not. Now, here comes the technical part, right? There are many different layers of the scholarship. So the scholarship has up to 10 lakh of a loan scholarship. So when they say up to 10 lakh, you could get 5 lakh, you could get 7.5 lakh, or you could get the full 10 lakh loan scholarship. Now, what does this loan scholarship mean? So this is the first component, which is 10 lakhs that you have to repay once you're awarded this scholarship. So they give it to you, and after 3 years, you have to start repaying it in installments of 2 lakh each. So you do 2 lakh, 2 lakh, 2 lakh till you finish 10 lakh. But there's enough time. Like, I got the scholarship in 2018 and I had to start repaying it in 2021. So there was enough time for me to explore my career, have enough of income, and kind of, make sure that I can start repaying the scholarship. So that's the first component, okay? But there's a lot of free and other components as well. So if you're awarded this 10 lakh scholarship, that's number one. Number two, if they think you're a good student and they really want you to do well, they'll also give you travel, a travel scholarship, which is up to 50,000. So you can also receive that travel reimbursement, which I received, and I was like, thank you so much. I got it for the airfare and my journey to London. So that was amazing, covered all my travel costs. And this is what you get before you go for your degree. So now, after I did my interview, after everything got over, I was, sent an email and told that I would be receiving the scholarship and that I had to go to the office to sign the agreement. So I've headed over to the office, and now it's a lot of suspense, okay? Because we don't know, we've reached the office, we don't know how much we're going to get. We know that we're going to get the scholarship, but we don't know how much. So when I reached the office, it was really sweet. They were like, congratulations, you've been awarded the entire 10 lakh scholarship and we're proud of you. And it was a really nice sort of moment there. So I got that first 10 lakh, and then they also told me that you've been given the 50,000 travel reimbursement as well. So congrats. And I was like, thank you so much. Like, I was really overwhelmed, and I had so much gratitude for this moment. So yeah, that was the first part. And now here comes the exciting component. The next component is the gift scholarship. This is a complete scholarship. It's free. You do not have to return it. And it is worth a maximum of 7.5 lakh, all right? But how do you get this free component of the scholarship? So once you have started your degree, right, you've got this basic 10 lakh, you've got the 50K. Now I moved to London. I went there, I started studying. And after the first semester gets over, you have to do really well in the first semester and really make sure your grades are up to the mark, your teachers think very highly of you, and you're doing well in the degree overall. And once the first semester ends, you need to submit that report card to JN Tata. And they will look at that report card and they will say, okay, great, this is amazing. Like, you're doing well in college, you're putting in the hard work, your grades are amazing. And if they like it, they will give you the 7.5 lakh gift scholarship as well. So your report card has to be amazing to actually receive that 7.5 lakh. So I worked really, really hard the first semester in London. I was doing a lot of photo shoots and media, kind of things on the side, but I was definitely putting in a lot of work for my degree. And luckily then I was awarded the 7.5 lakh scholarship as well. And that was, again, when I got that letter, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And so a total of 18 lakh with the 10 lakh, 50,000, and then 7.5 lakh. So that is how I was able to kind of finance my degree, at least a little bit of my stay and a little bit of my tuition. I have to tell you that it didn't cover the entire thing. Like, if you're studying abroad, I'm sure you know, or you would have heard that it costs much more than 18 lakh, but it was a huge help. It helped me cover a majority chunk of the costs. And of course, it's so prestigious to be a JN Tata scholar. There are thousands of people who apply from across the country, and being selected as one is a huge deal. So I was just super grateful and thankful for the opportunity. So I hope this video has helped you to understand how you can apply, what are they looking for, what was my journey like with the JN Tata Scholarship and what you can do to achieve it. If you have any questions or you think I can help you with your preparation, if there's any question or answers that you have, definitely reach out to me on Instagram and I'll be happy to hear from you, or on LinkedIn and I can connect with you there. I hope this was helpful overall and I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned, subscribe to our channel and share this video with anyone who's applying abroad. I'll see you in the next one.